This is going to surprise you, but being a gun owner, being a Second Amendment activist, it may surprise you to know that in my heart, I want to be a pacifist. As a Christian, a follower of Jesus, he's told me to love my enemies and love all people. And so I don't want to hurt people. Yet, we live in a fallen world. Jesus has not returned yet. We have to protect lives and protect possessions. So that's why I have guns and will fight if called upon. Now, it's the same way with our country. I mean, I wish we did not need a police department or even a military. But the reality is they're bad people in the world. They will take your possessions, destroy your possessions and your lives. There has to be protection. I'm really disturbed right now over these riots and looting and the breaking of laws that's taking place and nobody doing a thing. And I criticize Trump on this one also. He certainly has the power. Back in 1807, there was a law passed called the Insurrection Act, and it was signed by then President Thomas Jefferson. He even used it himself once. It's been used 20 times over the course of our history. The law just says that the president has the right to call in the military to a local situation if it gets out of hand or if it's just necessary and the locals can't hand it. Or in today's situation, they won't do anything about it. So in Minneapolis, we had the riots and the looting, which was horrible. And again, I'm not against the protest. Protest away, but you can't break the law. You can't destroy people's possessions or take lives. That has to be stopped, as Barney Fife says, nipped in the bud. And Trump should have been on that immediately when the local officials did nothing. Now we see what's happening in Seattle, and who knows, it may grow even beyond that. By the way, the last time, and the reason before I go to the last time, people say, well, you don't want to use the military because it looks bad. Listen, I'm not about perception right now. I'm not about what looks good or bad politically. You do the right thing. And people afraid of collateral damage, innocent people being killed, show me when that's happened in the 20 times before. The last time was George H.W. Bush in 1992, sent the military in to L.A. to handle the riots that were taking place over the Rodney King affair. Over 60 people had already died. And guess how many the military killed? Only one. And that's because a guy was driving his car into a barrier with soldiers, and they had to shoot him and killed him. Otherwise, they saved lives and stopped it by being there. Trump should have already played his hand on this, and he'd better do it pretty quickly because this is only going to get worse. And for me, I hope all that happens, but I can still look forward to the one day when I can be a pacifist and the bad stuff will be gone.